This lesson is about the indirect object. An indirect object indicates who benefits from an action or gets something out of as a result. For example, when you say she gave him her address, him is the indirect object because him receives is the receiver. Let's look at these two examples. Example number one, le garçon parle à Marie. Parle is the verb and Marie is the person who benefits from the speaking. She is the indirect object. Okay, le garçon parle to whom? To Marie, à Marie. In the second example, we have a pronoun as an indirect object. And you can see the pronoun is placed before the verb. Le garçon lui parle. We're going to see that later. The indirect object can be a thing, an animal, or a person. The object of a sentence can be a noun or a pronoun, as here we can see me, te, lui, and leur are different from the direct object pronouns, nous and vous. Those in blacks are very similar to the direct object pronouns. Lui and leur are different. Now, two important notes. You know when a noun is indirect when it is preceded by a most of the time. Lui means to him or to her, or to it. Leur means to them. Look at this example, and can you spot the two indirect objects? Le garçon donne un cadeau à la fille. Il lui offre une bague. Yes, à la fille is the indirect object as well as lui. Whilst a noun generally appears after the verb, a pronoun is placed before the verb. Look at this example again. Le garçon donne un cadeau à la fille. Donne is the verb. In fact, we have a direct object, un cadeau, and à la fille is indirect object. Il lui offre une bague. He offers her a ring. Her, which is lui here, appears before the verb of. This diagram shows you clearly where the indirect objects are placed and perhaps will help you understand why. What if a verb has two, or there are two verbs in the sentence? Well, if there are two verbs in the sentence, the nouns or the noun will remain after the two verbs, but the pronoun will appear in between. Look at this example. Je veux lui parler. I want to speak to him or to her. To him or to her appears after the two verbs in English, but in French, lui appears in between. And here is a list of all the verbs that will use an indirect object. You know some of them. You may want to jot down those that you don't know and try to remember them. Now, do the exercises.